Just like most of you guys watching, after we saw a very well executed segment where we saw the New Day turn heel several months ago, I was expecting something brand new, something fresh, and something that was really going to invigorate this group that we've known for so long. But after what went down on Monday Night Raw, was it all for nothing? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. And before I get into this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. So coming off of Monday Night Raw, where we saw a new tag team champions be crowned, we saw Finn Balor and JD McDonough defeat the New Day to become the new tag team champions. It really makes you want to look back at this New Day heel turn, right? When we got the initial heel turn, when we saw this segment go down, where we saw them turn on Big E, you saw everybody get really emotionally invested, right? I thought the segment was very well done. I thought it pulled on the heartstrings, and it was one of those moments that people were really talking, It really had people excited as to where we were going to go now with the New Day. At the time, the tag team, scene was pretty stagnant. Everybody's kind of wrestled everybody. They had these Frankenstein teams be formed together, but there was really nothing that was in the division that got us really emotionally invested. And this looked as if this was going to be the hook that was going to get everybody to be reeled in, right? But after what we saw go down on Raw and the follow-up, was it really all for nothing? We got that cool, moment that had everybody talking, but after that, we really didn't get much of a really interesting follow-up. Now, it seemed as if they were investing a lot of TV time leading up to the heel turn. The last, couple of weeks following the heel turn, we saw in the beginning, people getting really invested in it, and they were dedicating a few segments to it, but it really felt as if it just became forgotten, right? And it kind of felt as if they dropped the ball where they had something really hot and they weren't really able to strike while the iron was hot and really do something that was going to get people talking, right? Kind of reminiscent to the John Cena heel turn, right? When we saw the initial moment go down at the Elimination Chamber, it was something that got the whole world talking, right? Not just the professional wrestling world talking, but the fans, sports world, social media, people in places that normally don't cover wrestling were talking about that moment, and people have really been complaining about the follow-up ever since, right? These are two high-profile heel turns that we've seen go down in WWE in recent months, and they were not able to capitalize it to the best abilities that they have, right? And it sucks because in scenarios like that, I feel as if the wrestlers are going to get the blame, but what you really got to look back and think about it, more so should be the writers, right? You're given talent that are able to execute in the ring, and if they're not given good stories for them to be able to show off their talents to the best ability, I really feel as if it's more so a writer problem than a wrestler problem, and it's just strange, right? Because I feel as if WWE has had all this goodwill, going into WrestleMania 40 with the build that they had there and going off of what they had a little bit afterwards there, they had all the goodwill when it came to the fan base when it comes to creative. But coming off of WrestleMania, where the build was pretty for most people, and weeks of television where I think it's pretty safe to say that SmackDown is the worst wrestling show of the week, just out of all the major companies. Things might change now that it's going to be back to 2 hours, but safe to say, I think they're quality-wise in dead last. And it's just weird that all this goodwill that they've been able to build, it feels as if it's evaporating slowly under Triple H's watch. And it's a shame, right? Because now I feel as if the New Day, they're just around again, right? They're nothing special as if they were when they first turned heel. They're just another tag team, another group of bodies there that are going to be able to fill in their role, because we know that the New Day, of course, they've established themselves as one of the most decorated tag teams in WWE history. So they're always going to have a place, but a significant place doesn't feel as if that's the case now after what went down on Raw. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think that this New Day heel turn was wasted? Do you think WWE dropped the ball on the momentum? Or do you think it went as well as it possibly could? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.